Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. You're watching In Deep on the Delta, and today I've got something that's going to really make your life a whole lot easier, especially if you care about keeping your boat looking like it's fresh off the showroom floor. The product I'm going to be reviewing is boatdrip, and I'm going to start off by saying I live here on the California Delta. It's better known as the Dirty D, and it's known as the Dirty D for a good reason. We have dirty water, we have tons of surface vegetation, subsurface vegetation, and the Delta will make a 2-week-old boat look like a 2-year-old boat in about 3 days of fishing. So if you're not keeping up on your maintenance, your boat wiped down, so on and so forth, your boat's going to look like a mess real quick. I have got a lot of products here. I've been around for a while. I haven't used them all, but I've used a ton of them. I am not associated with this product. They're not paying me to do this. I watched a bunch of reviews on the internet, and everybody is, praising this stuff. I thought I'd try it, put down my own money, and it's everything they said it should be. The first thing I want to talk about is distinguishing this boatdrip from a product that is called boat juice. Now, I've used boat juice. Boat juice is a great product, but I'll tell you, since I've been using the boatdrip, I think that's going to be my my go-to. I just got the boat out of the water, and it's I expected it to have a lot more grime on it, but I will tell you, the first thing that I noticed when I started using the boatdrip is I cleaned it up, got it all, wiped down. Man, it's slick as heck. Matter of fact, if you put a rag on it, if I put this rag on it, when you have it wiped down, it'll just fall off. It makes a super slick, shiny finish. And when you go out, the normal grime doesn't usually stick as much as it normally does. So it makes cleaning a little more simpler and a little quicker. But I think I've got some spots on the motor, so I'm going to move the camera over to the motor, and we'll wipe down that motor. I'll try to find some scum on the boat that we'll wipe down, and then I want to talk about using this on the trailer and the wheels, and we'll go over that. And then I got a little special extra thing that we can do with this boatdrip that we'll get to. So let's move this right over here. Okay, we've got the camera focused on the motor here, and you can see I've had a lot of snot on this. You can see my power pole is full of vegetation. My motor doesn't look bad, and that's because I've been using this boatdrip on the motor, and it's so slick. But there's a little scum line here. You probably can't see that. There's some hard water spots here. Maybe you can see those, but maybe you can't. We'll go over a couple places on the boat that I'll clean. But usually what boatdrip suggests is you just simply spray it on and wipe it off. And that's a good, I've used it that way, and it's fine. But what I am going to suggest, and this comes from a friend of mine who is a professional detailer, and he is very cautious when it comes to cleaning boats, cars, whatever he's cleaning. And one of the things that he's told me, he says, Steve, make sure you have clean rags, and you have a dedicated rag like I have here, maybe a soft fiber rag or a terry cloth rag, to get the grime off. And what we'll do here is, I should have got it wet before, but what I do is I'll get one damp rag, and this is the rag that I'm going to use to just wipe the grime off. And there's not a lot of grime off here, but it just takes a quick wipe just to get the grime off, because what you don't want to do is have a bunch of nasty stuff on there and use your buffing rag out and get all that grime on the buffing rag, because now you're not cross-contaminating waxes or anything, but you're taking a rag that is full of grime and dirt, and you're trying to buff out whatever you're doing. So what you do, you just make a quick run with a damp cloth to get the grime off. You hit it just, mildly. And I will use 2 different rags to wipe this down. What I'll do is I'll take a microfiber. I'll take one side of it, and I'll just spread it around. That's it. That's all I'm doing. All I did was spread that around, and that is on the green side here. Usually I have 2 rags. I'll pull it over, and then I'll just hit it like this, and I'll buff it. And that's all it is, really. And I don't know if you can see that scum line that I had on here is gone, and literally all of the water spots are gone. That's as easy as it gets. Let's go over, I think I've got some gunk over here on a side rail. We'll do that. All right, we've got this side rail, and obviously we've got some vegetation on it. We got some hard water spots. Let me pull this up and we'll get a nice close-up of that. Matter of fact, let's get it right down here, and we've got all this nastiness here. And again, I like to get that off with a damp rag. And you can see, because I've cleaned the boat prior with the boat drip on my last trip, it wipes off real easy. So if I want to, do anything, I'm just hitting that. I'm taking the green side, I'm spreading it over, and then I'm pulling it over. And what that's doing is it's spreading the product over the entire gunnel rather than just spray it on. Then I'll turn this over, and one thing you'll do is you'll find out when this thing just a couple little wipes like this, it will fall. Whoops, now I contaminated my clean rag, but it will fall. Let's do this one more time. You put this on here, and it won't stay on there. I mean, if it's to the edge or something, it is just smooth as you can get it. So that is basically how I use the boat drip. Now let's move it up here. Do I use it on my electronics? No, I'm going to use glass cleaner on that, or a lens cleaner, and we'll just hit that up while I'm here. And again, I am using a different rag. We'll hit that because I don't want to cross-contaminate anything. That's nice. So let's get down and let's take a look at the trailer. Okay, we're down here on the boat trailer, and I have not cleaned this. You notice I have an AVX 2080 Vexus, and this is just pure hard road grime, and we can spray this on here, and I'll only spray about half of this, and we'll take this and wipe this off. And it does get a lot of the grime off and stuff, but as you can see, when this dries, it's going to not have that nice black finish on it. So for your trailers or anything that has a, this trailer is coated with that road armor. It's got a, it's got a corrugated finish on it. It doesn't work great for that, but here's a tip. What I use for this, and I'll show you, is basically tire cleaner. This is Armor All, but let's hit this, and we're only going to do half of it. And we'll let that on there. We'll let it sit for just a second. And this is not what tire foam is for, but it's worked great for me. I've used it for, 10 years. I've never had a problem with it messing with the lamination on anything. But when you take this, and now we're going to wipe this off, just like that. I'm not really buffing anything out, but look at how it restores the finish. Okay, so I've given this a minute to dry, and you can see the boat drip side of my trailer is getting a little chalky up here. It's very clean, but you can see right in here it's getting chalky. Here is the tire foam stuff. You can see about the 280 it changes, and you can it's still nice and black. It looks almost new, and this is what this stuff looked like before. I have not cleaned this trailer in a while, so that's just a quick swipe of what we did here. So one more thing I want to do is go over to a wheel. I haven't tried the boat drip on a wheel, but let's go and try that. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, we got my tire and wheel here, and I'm just going to hit the top of this with the little boat drip, and I know this is going to work on the wheel. On the wheel, I don't know how it's going to work on the tire, but let's hit that. Let's just give it a quick little wipe down. Man, I mean, all the grime and stuff that's on this thing, if I wanted to take some time, I mean, this looks pretty darn good, and it's really making the wheel look good, or excuse me, the tire look good. So I would say this stuff is going to be pretty good to clean your wheels off. I mean, that's it's doing a good job, and I'm not using a whole lot of elbow grease. Now, you know, is it going to match the tire foam? Probably not. So I think I would stick with the tire foam on the tire, and when it comes to doing the wheels, you're just getting a little grime off of them here and there. It's going to work great for it. So again, not what boat drip is for when it comes to tires, but it will definitely take care of your wheels. Let's go up, and I'm going to talk about one last thing that I think you might be interested in. Guess what I found? This boat juice stuff that will work on your boat. I have a painted boat. It's painted aluminum, basically the same paint that's on a car. It works great on gel coat, but it also works great on vehicles. Now again, hopefully you can see this. Let's get down here real close so you can see exactly what's going on here. Let's get right in here, and you can see this is quite a bit of road rage on here, we'll call it. It's not caked on there, but what we're going to do is we're going to just take this off with a little bit of a rag that's just damp. We're going to spray the boat juice on, spread it around with my green into this, and you can see I am not doing a whole lot here. I'm going to turn it around, I'm going to buff it, and I could really free this up as soon as I feel the rag free up as soon as it you know, gets the moisture off of there. And look at that. I mean, that is nice. Let's just kind of you can see what's in here and what was on there, and compared to what's there, I mean, that is just really nice. I've got a tonneau cover on this, and I have some stuff here that has kind of water spots on it, so hopefully you can see that. Let's just knock some of this off, put a little bit of this boat drip, green side first, spread it around, and then buff it off a little bit with the other side of the rag. Man, I can't believe that, because this has stuff that water sets on, and it is just it's doing the thing. What is this? Hopefully this isn't a scratch. Oh, this is bird crap over here. Let's see how the boat juice works on the bird crap. We'll just take that off, and I won't hit this with the rag. I'll just hit it with the buffing. Look at that. Here, let's try this turd right here. Okay, little there. No soaking it or anything, just with the rag. Look it. That's quick. That's something else. I dig it. And by the way, this cover's about 4 years old, so it's not a new cover. So, man, that did a good job. All right, just a couple quick demonstrations for this boat drip exterior. I got this on Amazon. I think it was $22 for a 32-ounce spray applicator bottle of it. If you buy it by the gallon, I think it's $59 a gallon, and I think that drops the price of a 32-ounce bottle down to about $15. Now, none of this stuff is cheap. I don't care what your boat juice, boat drip, Lucas, all the good stuff is expensive. And if you get anything that's, you know, a bargain too good to pass up, it's probably not a bargain. So the boat drip, if you like it, I would buy it by the gallon. It probably lasts you a year or more, depending on how much you fish, but it's really good stuff. If you have any questions, give me a holler. I want to thank you guys for watching. And with that, I think I'm going to clean up the boat while the sun's not shining, so I can get it nice and clean for my next outing, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys on the water.